It is a absolutely damning indictment that nearly everyone involved with Southpaw Regional Wrestling has now been released. John Cena, you're pretty much the lone survivor. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today I'm going to be giving you my review of Southpaw Regional Wrestling. Now, if you've never heard of Southpaw Regional Wrestling, and you're maybe not a wrestling fan, maybe a casual wrestling fan, what is this product you might have heard of? Well, it's not really a product. What Southpaw Regional Wrestling is, specifically Season 1, is a web series that was aired, I think, in 2017, possibly, it was around that time, and it portrays a very old sort of southern Jim Crockett style promotion in terms of like the characters, the over the top promos, the luxurious cars, even the filming style is straight out of like an old NWA sort of feel. And the basic premise of the show is this tape has just been found that documents this, wrestling promotion. Now that sounds like a great concept for maybe a drama or something like that. Maybe you could have the wrestling version of The Man in the High Castle or something like that. No, this is basically a sketch comedy show featuring WWE wrestlers that you might know doing absolutely incredible comedic work. Now, I'm just going to gush about this because this is such a good, show. It's a web series, so they're about 5 minutes each in season 1, and there's 4 episodes. And some of the characters are just insanely good. The main standout for me, and he's the face of the company for a reason, John Cena as Lance Catamaran is just sensational. He's basically the main broadcaster of the show. He leads in segments. He has back and forth with Fandango, who plays Chet Chetfield, and those two together is just absolute magic. Some of the lines they come up with, it seems like a lot of it is ad-libbed, which wouldn't surprise me, and it's just so funny, specifically those two together, and that takes up the majority of the show, and it details their relationship, let's say, because I don't want to go into too many spoilers, because there are some spoilers. I don't want to ruin many of the gags. This is basically just a recommendation if you haven't seen the show. But those two, Fandango and John Cena, are just sensational. John Cena, I've seen him in Fast and Furious 9, and he's terrible in that film. I've just seen him in Suicide Squad. He's great in that film. He's very hit and miss as John Cena. Here he proves he's got significant comedic chops, and in Blockers as well. He was really good in Blockers. But right now, in Southpaw Regional Wrestling, I want more of it. I just want more of this style of humour from WWE. There's so much to mine from the history of professional wrestling, and this is just a snapshot of what we got this season 1. I haven't even talked about the cast of side characters like Chris Jericho, who's in AEW. Rusev plays Big Bartholomew, also in AEW, but he cracked me up in his episode. He's in mainly the second episode when he's first introduced. Some of his delivery is just incredible, and it still gets me now thinking about it. But he stands out. Everyone stands out. Tyler Breeze as the sort of maniacal banker, and sort of this old-timey character who, mild spoilers here, brings out a sea monster to fight this farmer. It's really good. It's really good comedic stuff from WWE that you don't see a lot. And like I said, there's so much out there that can be poked fun at or spoofed or satired in such a way. And this is the only brief snapshot we've got, because a lot of the other WWE comedy shows are a bit, Vincey, a bit sort of like kid friendly and stuff like this. Some of the jokes in here will just go straight over kids' heads. But at the end of the day, if this is the one little piece of sort of gold we've got, comedic gold we've got from WWE, I'll happily take that. I just can't say enough good things about Southpaw Regional Wrestling. It's something that I watch every year, at least every year, probably more than once every year, because it's so short. It's about half an hour to just watch the first season, and it's really good. You could tell that everyone involved was having a blast. Everyone involved loves the history of pro wrestling, and more than that, they all seemed like really good friends making it. It just seemed like they got together and like, do you know what? Let's just shoot this weird documentary thing and see what happens. Very reminiscent of the Fashion Files. You know, Tyler Breeze and Fandango, they're gone from WWE now, but those two, I think they've got an incredible sort of ear for comedic timing and delivery. So those two together, I only wish the best for them. And I want more Southpaw Regional Wrestling. If they can come up with something as good as this, then I will be satisfied. Southpaw Regional Wrestling Season 1 gets 5 out of 5 from me. Absolutely gets 5 out of 5. I would highly recommend this, even if you're not a wrestling fan, because I just think some of the gags are so funny. It's available on the WWE Network, and it's, like I said, it's half an hour of your time. If you don't like it, switch it off, whatever. I just loved it. Personally loved it, and I'm going to watch Season 2 again. I'll probably have a review of Season 2 up at some point, but yes, those are my thoughts on Southpaw Regional Wrestling Season 1. Have you seen Southpaw Regional Wrestling? What's your favourite comedic skit in wrestling history? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.